Good morning, welcome back to the channel of Majorca Cycling. Big day today. Big day today. Today is the Valldemossa loop day. 66 mile, 6,500 foot of climbing. Weather forecast is supposed to be good, it's supposed to be warm, almost no chance of rain. So today is going to be a long day on the bike. It's going to be a hard day, it's going to be the hardest day that I've done so far, but boy am I looking forward to it. Hopefully today, because of the route, we'll get some good footage, we'll get to see some good scenery, and we'll get to ride some good roads. But first, time for breakfast. Okay, that's breakfast done and we're back in the room, and I wanted to show you a couple more things about the direction of this morning's route, or today's route. You can see here, this is where we start off from, down in the south in Parma. The route takes us first of all up through Calvia, lots of tight twists and turns here. We're climbing here towards this place here. I daren't try and pronounce, up towards Espoles or Espoles. That's how you pronounce it. And then if we just zoom in a little bit here, this road up to Valldemossa, you can just see just there. Back down the same road, and then we change direction heading towards the coast, and I'm looking forward to this section of road coming all the way down towards Andratz or Andratz. My pronunciation's terrible. Back down towards Peguera, and then home. So that's today's route. You can see from just here, 65.8 mile and 6,500 foot of climbing. So there you go.
Damn, he's turned off. I was looking forward to dropping him. Probably because he'd be the only rider stroke bike that I drop today. And he spoilt my chances. He turned it off, the bugger. Wow, I certainly didn't get a view like that on the ride going down towards Parma the other day. That's much more pleasant. That's much more pleasant. So I've been cycling for 15 minutes, 3.5 miles, having started the ride, and I'm thankfully out of the town, the busy roads and the built-up areas, and I'm on a nice Majorcan country quiet road, and with a bit of climbing ahead of me, it looks. Managed to get out to the hotel by 20 to 9, and it was already 24 degrees, so I think it's going to be a warm one today, and I'm going to be even warmer going up those hills. So whilst I'm stopped temporarily at the side of the road, I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about the bike that I'm riding this morning. I'll turn the camera around in a second and I'll show it to you. It's a Scott Addict. This one's a little bit different than the first one that I hired. This one's a little bit more modern. You can see it's a disc brake bike. It's Ultegra level spec, mechanical, not the i2. It's a nice looking bike. I like the paint scheme. They put a saddlebag on for you. They give you a pump attached to the frame. They give you 2 tubes, although I've ditched one, and they give you some tyre levers. I suspect that this bike is a little bit heavier, with it being a disc brake bike, than the first bike that I rode from the same company when I did the ride down to Parma and Llucmajor. That was a rim brake bike. Again, it was a Scott. I'm not sure whether it was a Scott Addict. It was nice enough to ride, and it did feel a little bit lighter than this. 50-34 on the front and an 11-32 on the back. Bigger than the cassette that I've got at home. I've only got an 11-30 at home, so I'll welcome that extra climbing gear going up the hills today. So that's the bike. The rim brake version was €25 per day. This one, for some strange reason, is €10 more expensive, 35 per day. Anyway, left turn down there. 1 2 1 2 1 2 buckle my shoe, 1 2 buckle my shoe. Well, I'm in some nice narrow Majorcan countryside roads now, with some nice scenery ahead. Mountains, the Tramontana that you can see up ahead. And I've got to say, what I'm looking forward to is riding roads into and through the Tramontana that I've never done previously. Something new. You know, I've done a lot of the entry roads into the Tramontana from the north, and whilst they are spectacular, you know, once you've seen them once and then twice and then 3 times, whilst the scenery is spectacular, it's nice to see somewhere new, somewhere different. Left turn ahead. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Garmin. Left turn ahead. And on the subject of the Tramontana and climbs and climbing, Mr. Garmin is telling me that it's registering 15 climbs on today's route, and I haven't started the first one yet. Anyway, this is lovely. It's warm, it's sunny. I have this road to myself. A car hasn't been seen for quite some time. I flipping love this. This is the Majorcan road less travelled, or the Majorcan road less cycled, he said, as there was a bloody white car coming into shot up ahead. How rude. Currently on the MA 1015, I think, and 200 yards back, I was thinking to myself, I haven't got a clue where I am, but then I could see this road sign. Escapdea. So that's where we are. Just come up the first very gentle 3% average climb up into the village. Currently a 2% incline. And this is where we're heading to next. You can see that in the background. Buenos dias. She looked a little bit surprised that I spoke to her, I think. Anyway, just leaving that nice little village. And it was a nice little village. And I was just thinking to myself as I cycled through it, you know, this is real Majorca. This isn't your touristy Playa de Muro or your Alcudia, you know. This is where it's at. The MA 1032. And if you want to have a go at trying to pronounce that street name, fill your boots. You're better than I am if you can. I suspect I might be doing this a lot today. Just cycled past this place. What a beautiful drive. Bordered on each side as you go down by palm trees, and a lovely property. Castle-esque at the end. Look at that, isn't that nice? If I win big on the lottery, that's what I'm aiming for. Oliveira, Castel, Son, Claret or Claret, Sa, Clastra. Really must work on my pronunciation. Galilea, a 5-click climb at 5.5%. So the first half decent one of today. 8,000 watt. Vamos, Tony, vamos! So just on the bottom slopes of that climb, Climb Pro is telling me 2.8 kilometers in length, 900 foot, and the gradient here is currently 8%. Temperature, when I last looked, 25 degrees. What is it now? Let's have a look. 25.2. But certainly on the lower slopes where I am now, nice bit of shade, tree cover. What a beautiful ravine I'm climbing up through. Apart from these roadwork signs that I've just come into shot around that corner. So peaceful. Nobody else here. I can hear workmen with chainsaws up ahead. Ah yes, look, here's their lorry. But apart from them, no other cars, no other cyclists. Beautiful. Same view as the last shot, but a wider gap in the trees so you can see it better, and that is spectacular. I can see all the way down to the coast, I can see the sea, I can see a white ship on the sea. In the very far distance I can see rocks going out. That is majestic. It's spectacular. That is beautiful, truly beautiful. Nice bit of shade here. Still on this climb. Lord knows where I am in relation to how far up it I am, but I've just stopped in a little bit of shade. I just looked down at the head unit and thought, I've been cycling for 90 minutes, it's 20 past 10 in the morning, I've not eaten anything, even though I left having had a good breakfast, so time to stop in the shade for a bite to eat and a little drink before pressing on. Buenos dias!
Buenos dias. Buenos dias.
I'm just thinking to myself as I cycle up this climb, we're still on that same climb, I must be about 3/4 of the way up now, how quiet the road is. And I was thinking back to the time I rode in Valencia on the mainland in Spain with Darren, and I made a point about some of the road that I cycled on there, and I compared them with Majorcan roads, and I said, you know, that area, that region of Spain, Calp, Valencia, had what Majorca had, in that it had good roads, nice scenery, warm weather, but the roads generally that I rode on there were quieter. Well, you can find very quiet, picturesque, scenic roads in peak season on the island of Majorca as well, and I'm on one now. This is well off the beaten tourist track, and I've seen a couple of cars, but no more cars than I saw going up the Coy de Rates. How did I pronounce that, Darren? Okay. And so it can be done. You can find quiet, good roads to climb in peak season in Majorca. And I don't know whether this is the top of the climb, but we're now entering the village, the town of Galilea. Did not feature in the Bible. Puj Punyent. I wonder how wide of the mark I am. Puj Punyent. Puj as in push my all, and then just Punyent. I mean, come on, how hard can it be? I'm practically a local. My arse. More climbing coming up. Puj Punyent. Okay, next climb. 800 foot of ascent, 2.4 mile, with an average grade of 6%. So similar to the last one. A little bit steeper, but a little bit shorter, and therefore a little bit of less ascent. You can see at the bottom of the climb here, this must be the official start, Esgrau, 3.2k, 5.2%. But we have been climbing for about half a kilometre before getting to that. Valldemossa, 20k, 20k, 20k to coffee and cake and something cold to drink. And that, my friends, is the top of that bad boy done. Life is a ride, that sticker says. Wow! There, so yeah, left turn, more climbing. Where's that granny ring? Valldemossa, there. I've been riding now for 1 hour 53, 7 minutes shy of 2 hours. Distance 21.3 mile. Temperature currently 27.5 degrees. Very nice. What's this climb we've got? This is the Coy den Claret. 3.5k at 4.5%. Not too bad. Softly, softly, catch a monkey with a chance of deer's luck or antelope. Prancing things across the road. Good ride so far. Very good ride so far. Can you see what's written on the road ahead of me? Vamos! They must have known I was coming. Trying to cheer me on, encourage me. Vamos! Get up that hill. Smiling, happy people. Why are they smiling or why are they happy? You tell me. I know why they're smiling and why they're happy. Same reason I'm smiling and happy and laughing to myself. Even though I'm climbing. Because back home in the UK in the middle of summer it's 10 degrees. And here, this is a cyclist's paradise. It really is. Okay, so here we are, top of the climb. Col d'en Claret, as you can see there. So we're just looking at Climb Pro before we got to the top of this climb in the sign. And I noticed that this climb was climbed 4 out of 15, and Garmin was telling me we've climbed so far 3215 feet and we've got 3419 feet still left to do for the duration of the route. So almost half the ascent on this route is done within the first 4 climbs. So that's hopefully telling me that the remaining 11 climbs will be significantly shorter in duration than the first 4. Lord knows how long we've got left before we get to Valldemossa, but it's over that way where I can see a couple of large brown goats at the end of the road. Let's see if we can catch them. So we've just left that sign at the top of that climb and we're coming to this right hand bend which I mentioned a few moments ago, where I saw a small herd of goats. And here they are on the left hand side, look. There's the first one. And here's a few more ahead of me here on the left, look. There's one. I think he was just about to cross the road. Anyway, it now looks as if we've got some nice descending to do. I can see the coastline, the sea on my left hand side. It should come into view just around this next corner. It's obscured slightly by the trees, which is a shame. It's still nice to see. Valldemossa, that sign says this way. Beautiful view though. Beautiful. Isn't that something? What a view. And after 2 hours, 20 minutes of riding, this is Valldemossa. I was here a few days ago with Vicky on the scooter. We rented a moped, and the way I'm cycling into Valldemossa now, we came in on the scooter from the opposite side. The views coming up into the village or town from the opposite side are spectacular. I don't think I'm going out that way, so we'll miss that on today's ride footage. But my point is, if you're cycling on the island, or if you're not, come to Valldemossa. It's upmarket, from the point of view of the tourist areas on the coast, and it's worth seeing. Go to Daya as well, that's nice. They're not big places. You might spend an hour or two maximum walking round Valldemossa and Daya, but they're worth seeing. They really are. Anyway, time to get into the centre, find a coffee stop, enjoy a sit down, half an hour, 40 minutes, nice drink, bite to eat, and then vamos. Coffee stop done. It's now midday, 11:57, as you can see from that sign there, just leaving Valldemossa. Topped up my water bottle in the cafe that I stopped at, and I drank a glass of Coke, had a slice of lemon and ice with it, and I had a big pan of chocolat. Now, we're leaving Valldemossa on the same road that we came in on, and I've just looked on the map, and I think we're on the same road for 5.5 miles that we rode into Valldemossa on before we actually turn right and head down towards the coast and Andrach, I think. Now I'm looking forward to that deviation in the road, because that coast road down, well, I'm hoping it's the coast road, down towards Andrach, I've never cycled on before. Don't think I've ever travelled on it before, so I'm really looking forward to that. Hoping to get some nice views of the cliffs and the sea. Port de Valldemossa there to the right, never been down there before either. So, so far the ride up to the turnaround point has been relatively easy. I've not rushed. I can't rush in this heat, take my time, but it's been an enjoyable ride so far. Hopefully the second half will be even better. That is beautiful. Formidable. This is where we turn off the MA10. No, we stay on the MA10. That becomes the MA100, and this is the right turn towards Andrach. So this is new road now. I'm hoping that the longer I stay on this road, the nearer the coast it will get. And we'll see some nice scenery. So that last right turn was the fork in the road, and I didn't cycle up this way. This is all new to me. several cars parked here up ahead, as you can see. Why are they there, I wonder? I think I know. They're there because it's a picture point, a photo point. Let's go and investigate. Let's see if the views are worth it. I bet they are. Oh my God! I'm on the MA10, 10 kilometres outside of Valldemossa. And I've just cycled up this section of road that I'm showing you here when I've come round this bend. And I knew that this section of wall here would afford me a tremendous view to the camera's left hand side, which I'm going to pan round and show you now. This is something else. I'm so glad I chose to cycle on this section of road. That is something else, isn't it? It really is no wonder that people refer to this place as a Mecca or a paradise. Some of the views and the scenery. And the scale. It just makes you realise how small you are. Hasta luego. This little place, the town name begins with B. I saw the sign as I entered the town. Didn't try and pronounce it, but it's here on the right hand side. We're just leaving it now. Banyal Bufar. Score me out of 10 for that pronunciation. Leave a comment below. Been riding now for 3 hours 5 minutes. And temperature at 10 to 1 in the afternoon, 36.1 degrees. So the old mercury is rising. I knew this coast road would be worth cycling along, and I'm stopping every quarter of a mile to capture scenes. such as hopefully you see before you. What a pleasurable road to ride along. Oh, Christ almighty. Although it's only a small one, Garmin tells me I'm currently on climb 8 of 15. So I'm just past the halfway mark. 3 hours 15 riding time, temperature 35 degrees, 39.8 mile ridden. Ascent so far 4276 and 2283 to go, and remaining distance 26.5 mile. And I'm just thinking, before I turn the camera on, where this ride ranks in all the rides that I've done on the island so far. Now, in the north of the island, especially the Tramontana, there's some pretty epic routes. Sacalobra, Puigmayor, up the Col de Femenia, and so on and so forth, Cap Formento. But I have to say, this is by far the best ride I've ever done on the island when I've been based in the south. This has been a really enjoyable route so far. The weather's been great. The hills haven't been too long or too steep. They've been enjoyable, good tests, and the scenery, especially on the second half of the route, now that I'm on the MA10 going down well, as you look at the island, I suppose the western side of the Tramontana is running from north to south, going down towards Andrach. This road is one of the best roads I've ever ridden on. Full stop. I've just entered, wish me luck with the pronunciation, Esteyens. Climb 9 of 15. Coy de Pi. SDN, so climb 9 of 15, 2.5 mile. I think it said 600 foot, 5%. Pretty little village. Esteyens, surrounded by the Tramontana. Only small because the "You are now leaving" sign is just ahead on the right hand side. Look at these hills ahead of me. They're spectacular, aren't they? Absolutely spectacular. 9 out of 15. Done. Well, there was a bit more climbing after that. Last time we passed and we mentioned, I must have climbed for another kilometre or two. But it looks like we might be in for a little bit of a enjoyable descent next, I hope. This fella's been out in the sun too long. Behind me is the road that I've just come up, and another spectacular view behind me. I really have been spoiled on the return leg of this route by the majestic and stunning scenery of this coast road. Let's take a look at this view behind me. We're now in Andrach. Civilization, out of the mountains. So this is the Port Andrach. I've been here before. Parked a moped behind me and to my right and walked along the harbour here. It's quite nice. Didn't stay long. I didn't think that there was a great deal to do in the time that I was here. But you can't say it's not pretty. I'm about 10 miles from Ride End. And whilst I've thoroughly enjoyed the ride, the last quarter has been a little bit tough. You know, accumulated fatigue, heat of the day, blah blah blah. I would have fared worse had it not been for the fact that, you know, I took 2 750ml bottles out with me, drank one by the time I got to Valldemossa, refilled one there, so I left with 2, and I've got about just over a quarter of my last one left. It just goes to show that you need to drink on rides such as this in the heat. We are now entering the metropolis of Peguera. I came here with Vicky the other day on the scooter, the moped, to a market. I think it was a Tuesday market. Never been to Peguera before. We both thought it was quite a nice little place. Very popular with Germans. And that's it, we're back in Palmanova. I'm just going to pull up and sit on the wall by the promenade, and I shall talk to you then. Okay, as you can see, back on the beach in Palmanova, 66 mile ridden, 6,500 foot of climbing. And I don't mind telling you, my legs are feeling it. I'm pretty cooked at the end of that ride. It wasn't that hard, but by the end of that mileage, and taking into account it was mid-30s, I don't mind saying that I'm empty and I'm ready for a nice coffee now and a sit down after I've had a shower. But we'll get back up to the room and then I'll do a proper ride summary. So as you can see, back on the balcony at the hotel in the room, had a shower, drunk 25 litres of fluid, and taken the bike back to the shop. Today's ride was a very, very good ride, and towards the end, a difficult ride. Towards the end, I was pretty empty, and I was glad to get back home. Temperatures 33, 35 degrees, but I stand by what I said earlier on without any doubt whatsoever. That ride today, that route, is the best route I've ever done on the island when I've been based in the south. Some of the scenery coming down the coast road from Valldemossa, was it the MA10? Yeah, I think it was the MA10 towards Andrach was really nice. There was, towards the end, some tough descents, not because of the length or the gradients, but because I was pooped, to be honest. But a very, very good day out. I really enjoyed it. And I look forward to editing this ride. So, thanks very much for watching. If the ride or the video today has entertained you or you've liked it, please show your appreciation by giving it a thumbs up. It's good for the YouTube algorithm. It promotes the channel, and I'm very grateful. Thank you. If you want to watch more of the videos that I do whilst I'm on the island, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos as and when they're uploaded. Thanks again. Recovery ride tomorrow with Vicky, so it'll be nice to do a shorter route with significantly less climbing tomorrow. Thanks again for watching. Catch you next time.